What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. Got me cuppa here, and we're going to talk about the news going around about Newcastle United. So, the news coming out Newcastle United today is that Sean Longstaff has signed a brand new 3-year deal with Newcastle. That means that he's going to be with the club until 2025. It's only just happened 47 minutes ago as of recording this video. So, that means that Sean Longstaff will be with the club until 2025. Absolutely chuffed to bits with that. After the way he's been playing this season since Eddie Howe came in, he's really turned his game around, and hopefully, we will see something similar to what we're seeing with Joe Linton at the club since Eddie Howe came in as well. And hopefully we can see that promising young player in Sean Longstaff that we're seeing, when Man United were looking at him, and a lot of other clubs around Europe were, looking at it, buying him and poaching him from Newcastle United. So if we can see that promising player, then it's a fantastic deal that he has signed, that 3-year deal until 2025. But it's going to be, a tough one for him. And I'm sure you'll know that as well with this summer transfer window coming up. There's a lot that can change in this summer window, let's say, because there is a lot of talk about the likes of Lucas Paqueta and other players coming through the door as well. One of them coming from quite a few different media outlets is Renan Lodi of Atletico Madrid in at that left back position. Obviously, that's not a position that would affect Sean Longstaff, but it is a player that has been linked heavily and is being linked heavily in Newcastle United. The club are open to offers for the right price for Renan Lodi. Renan Lodi is open to a move to the northeast of England as well. Obviously, he's friends with Bruno Guimaraes, so that could help in us sealing the deal on the Brazilian left-back international. So that would be another fantastic player. Another quality player coming into the team as well. Obviously, we're loaned Matt Targett in this season from Aston Villa. I don't know if that one's going to go ahead or not. There's been, of course, a lot of talk about the post that was put up by his girlfriend saying short but sweet. She has, of course, removed that from the post that she put up on Instagram. But, I don't know if Matt Targett's going to be with Newcastle United next season or not, because it looks like Newcastle are looking towards bringing in Renan Lodi, and I've got to say it's a fantastic signing if we can get him in. Renan Lodi is a world-class player, and he will take with leaps and bounds ahead of anything that we've got at the minute at left back. Non offence to the likes of Paul Dummett or Jamal Lewis, or even Matt Targett, who was on loan. With none offence to them players, but Renan Lodi is a quality player. So he will take leaps and bounds above, and he's an attacking fullback as well, which will help down that wing to help Maxi out, and allow Maxi to cut inside a bit more, which would be interesting to see how that plays out next season if we were to get Renan Lodi to the club. Loads of other talk as well of different players like Sven Botman again, Diego Carlos again as well. There's talk that Newcastle wanted to sign Sumé from Leicester. I don't know if that one's going to go or not. He hasn't had the greatest of seasons for Leicester, so I don't know if Newcastle will still be interested in bringing him in or not. I think we've passed that period in the club's history where we'll go and sign the rejects of another team. We'll need to be signing quality players, and I think this transfer window is going to be the biggest transfer window in our history as a club. This transfer window can make or break, taking the club forward, and I have the utmost confidence in the new owners, Eddie Howe as well, to do the right thing for Newcastle United moving forward. And there's talk as well of Yannick Carrasco again, who has been linked to the club in the past, and if we're looking at players like Renan Lodi, Yannick Carrasco, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be quality players that'll be coming through the door, and I'm absolutely all for that, because at the end of the day, you know, we don't want to be seeing players like Jeff Hendrick coming through the door anymore. You know, them are players of the past, the relics of the past, you know, players that we do not want to be seeing playing in our shirt. And, you know, that's no disrespect to the guy, you know, as a person. It's just they're not the quality that Newcastle United should have. You know, they're not the quality of player that we should be looking at. We need to be looking at players that are, you know, European quality, players that will be able to play in the Europa League, players that will be able to play in the Champions League, you know, international level players like, you know, were already signed in January, like Kieran Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes, you know, even Premier League experienced players like Dan Burn as well, Chris Wood. I know a lot of people didn't like Chris Wood when he came in, you know, and the way he was performing this season, but he still did his bit, you know, he still set up a lot of chances for Newcastle. And yes, he might not scored as many goals, but he did set up chances, and, you know, that's all you want from a player of his size. You know, you want somebody that can be the target man, can nut the ball down to the likes of Maxi, Almiron, Fraser. You know, that is all you want from somebody of that size. And, you know, you see it with Tottenham as well. Harry Kane does a similar thing as well. Yes, he scores the goals, but he does do a similar thing. He does nut the ball down into the likes of, you know, Lucas Moura on one wing, or Human Son on the other wing. You know, so it's a similar thing, what Chris Wood was doing last season. You know, so I don't see where is grounds to pick on Chris Wood for his performance. I feel he did adequate for what he was brought in to do at the end of the day. And, you know, it was a really good signing and a very good idea as well, because it did weaken a team that was around with at that point in time as well. So it did help with in the long run going forward from there. But a lot of talk about different rumours of transfers and stuff. Isaac Toure as well from Le Havre, €9 million offer. That's coming from Foot Mercato. And of course, he's only a 19-year-old, 6'7". So if we were to get a player of that calibre to come at the club, would be absolutely crazy. You know, a 6'7" centre back to go alongside Dan Burn, who is a 6'7" lad himself. You know, that would make Newcastle United have the tallest centre backs in world football, which is absolutely crazy. Tallest centre backs in the Premier League as well. You know, so that would give a massive advantage on set pieces when it comes to heading the ball away, headering the ball into the net, or even setting the ball up for, you know, somebody like Callum Wilson or whoever comes through the door in the summer window. But massive news around the club. Lots of rumours going around as well. So going to have to just basically filter out all of the garbage ones and look for the patterns of, you know, where a lot of media outlets are talking about the same thing. If they're talking about the same thing, you know, then that means that it is pretty much going on. It is got a credibility behind it if everybody is talking about it. So, you know, you just have to watch out for that, basically. I don't want to be leading anybody down the garden path, but massive news from Newcastle United today that, you know, we have signed Sean Longstaff on a 3-year contract, which means that he will be with the club until 2025. So congratulations, Sean Longstaff, signing that brand new deal. The lad, you know, deserves it at the end of the day. Hopefully he can turn things around, and hopefully, you know, he can get back to his best and be a quality player for moving forward. I'm really happy that he has, you know, been able to sign a new deal with the club, because it did look like at one point that he was going to be moving on from the club, and I don't think the lad wants to be doing that, especially when Newcastle United going places. You know, he doesn't want to be left out of this raid that we're about to go on. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. Just quick finish up one as well. Pete Graves put out a tweet, I will put it up on screen, saying, despite some reports, NUFC had absolutely zero interest in Kamara, obviously on about Boubacar Kamara, from who joined Aston Villa from Marseille, and I've got to agree with that one by Pete Graves. Yep, we definitely had no interest since the new owners have come in. There was absolutely no interest whatsoever in Boubacar Kamara. That was all the previous regime that were in charge that were interested in Boubacar Kamara. So there's been absolutely no interest from the new owners in him. So, you know, congratulations to Aston Villa, I guess, for signing Boubacar Kamara. Hopefully for them, you know, he does turn out to be a good player. But I think Newcastle will be looking at more higher quality players. No disrespect whatsoever to Boubacar Kamara. You know, he is a good player, but I think, like I say, you know, we're going to be looking at players that can play at a higher level, a much higher level than what Boubacar Kamara was playing at. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?